Why your gut matters more than you think. Hello, my friend. Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever finished a healthy meal full of veggies and then felt uncomfortable? Maybe your stomach puffed up like a balloon. Maybe you got gassy. Maybe even in pain. You probably thought, but I ate healthy. What's going on? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, especially if you are over 60. What used to feel good now feels a bit tricky. And here's the truth. It is not your fault. Today, we are going to talk about vegetables. Yes, vegetables, but not in the way you have always heard, because not every vegetable is your friend unless you know how to eat it, when to eat it, and how to prepare it, so it actually helps, not hurts. We are diving deep into the top 10 vegetables that help reduce inflammation. But more importantly, we are going to talk about how to make these foods work for your gut, especially if your digestion has become more sensitive over time. There is powerful science behind broccoli, kale sprouts, and even spicy radish. But before we go there, I want to share something that could change the way you eat forever. Stick with me, because by the end of this episode, you will learn why some vegetables trigger bloating or discomfort, how to train your gut to digest better, and the real anti-aging power hidden in cruciferous greens. And yes, I will walk you through simple practical ways to apply this in your real life, not just theory. Now, before we get going, if this sounds like something that could help you or someone you love, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Here on Longevity Life, we turn science into simple steps for real people, living real lives just like you. Longevity, love a life, senior health, Nabomber anti-aging foods. All right, now let's get into it, because what I am about to share might just change how you shop, cook, and feel one vegetable at a time. The problem: bloating, inflammation, and the aging gut. Let us talk about something nobody wants to bring up at the dinner table. Gas. Bloating. That feeling like a balloon's expanding in your belly after you eat. For many people, over the age of 60, this is not just uncomfortable. It can be a daily frustration, an embarrassment, or even something that keeps you from enjoying the foods you love. Now, here is the twist. Sometimes it is not what you are eating. It is how your gut is responding to it. See, as we age, our digestion naturally slows down. Our stomach produces less acid. Enzymes that used to help us break down fiber and starch are not as abundant. And the good bacteria that once lived happily in our gut, they start to change. Sometimes they decrease. Sometimes they shift to places they should not be, like the small intestine. This can lead to a condition called SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. What does that mean? Simply put, bacteria that belong in the large intestine start growing in the small intestine where they do not belong. And when you feed those misplaced bacteria with healthy fiber or veggies, they start a fermentation party in your gut. And what comes with fermentation gas? Discomfort, bloating. And for some folks, it leads to inflammation, constipation, even nutrient malabsorption. Let me tell you about Helen, a 72-year-old woman from Colorado. She came to me saying, "Doc, I eat healthy. Lots of greens, I even cut out red meat. But every time I eat broccoli or cauliflower, I blow up like a balloon." When we looked closer, Helen had all the signs of SIBO. But more importantly, she needed a smarter approach to vegetables. Not less vegetables, just the right ones prepared the right way at the right time. And that is where today's topic becomes so important. Because when you are dealing with inflammation, gut imbalance, or just the natural changes of aging, you need to stop guessing and start understanding which foods support your gut and how to bring them back safely. That's what we are doing here. Not just listing vegetables, but showing you how to make them work for your gut. So if you have ever felt bloated after eating beans, garlic, or onions, upset after trying to eat more fiber, tired of guessing what is safe and what is not, then you are in the right place. Let me know in the comments if this sounds like you. Just type Yes, that's me, so I know I am not alone out here. Coming up, we will break down what science really says about cruciferous veggies like broccoli and cauliflower, and how something as simple as chopping your vegetables at the right time can actually change your inflammation levels. Ready to get into the science? The science. Why some veggies hurt and others heal. Let us clear something up right now. Vegetables are not the enemy, even if they have made you feel miserable in the past. The real issue, it is not the veggie. It is the interaction between your aging gut and the compounds inside those vegetables. Let me explain. There is a group of vegetables called cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. They are nutritional powerhouses rich in compounds like glucosinolates, which break down into sulforaphane, a molecule with serious anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties. Now here is the catch. Your body needs an enzyme called myrosinase to activate sulforaphane. Where does that enzyme come from? It is naturally inside the plant, but it gets destroyed when you cook the vegetable. So here's the trick. If you want to keep the benefits, you need to chop the broccoli at least 30 minutes before cooking. That gives the enzyme time to activate the sulforaphane, and once it is formed, sulforaphane can survive the heat. Pretty amazing, right? That means how you prepare your vegetables matters just as much as what you eat. Now let us talk about sprouts, broccoli sprouts in particular. Compared to mature broccoli, broccoli sprouts have up to 100 times more sulforaphane. Just think about that. That is like trading in a bicycle for a jet engine. Plus, sprouts are easier on digestion. During the sprouting process, the plant breaks down complex starches into simpler sugars. This means fewer chances of bloating and more nutrients ready for absorption. This is why for many seniors, especially those with sensitive stomachs or a history of inflammation, sprouts are the perfect way to reintroduce cruciferous vegetables. And it gets better. Sprouts are also rich in B vitamins, vitamin C, and vitamin K, all crucial for immune function, bone health, and healing. But wait, what if vegetables still give you gas? That may be because of something called FODMAPs, a group of fermentable carbohydrates that feed gut bacteria. In people with SIBO or irritable bowel syndrome, FODMAPs can cause major discomfort. Here is how it works. Your small intestine does not absorb FODMAPs well, so they sit there and the bacteria ferment them. The result, gas, bloating, cramping. You know the drill. It is kind of like 40 trillion bacteria having a potluck party in your belly. That is what fermentation feels like. So what is the fix? There is a diet called the low FODMAP diet developed by researchers in Australia. It removes the most fermentable foods for a few weeks, then slowly reintroduces them to test tolerance. It is not a forever diet, it is a healing phase. During this time, you want to limit foods like onions, garlic, wheat, and certain beans, and focus on low FODMAP veggies like zucchini, carrots, and spinach. Now this part is important. Fiber is still critical for senior health, but it must be the right kind of fiber delivered in a way your gut can handle. For example, cooking your veggies until they are soft makes them easier to digest. Pureeing or blending them in soups can also help. And remember, even within one vegetable family, some options are gentler than others. Cauliflower, for instance, is often better tolerated than broccoli. And arugula, that peppery green, has one of the highest nitrate contents of any food, helping to lower blood pressure naturally. So do not fear the greens. Just learn how to work with them. Because here's the truth. Your gut is not broken. It may just need some retraining and the right companions. If this science is helpful, let me know. Type the word helpful in the comments so I know you are following along. Coming up next in part 4, I'm going to share a real story of how one man in his 70s used sprouts and kale to reverse his blood pressure without medication. Stick with me, it is worth hearing. A real story. from blood pressure pills to broccoli sprouts. Let me take you back a couple of years to a quiet neighborhood in Ohio. There lived a retired postal worker named Harold. He was 73, full of life, but battling what many of you may relate to: high blood pressure, borderline diabetes, and chronic bloating. Harold had always thought of himself as a healthy eater. He avoided fast food, kept sugar to a minimum, and walked his dog twice a day. But despite his efforts, he was still on 3 different medications just to keep his numbers in check. "I guess this is just what aging looks like," he told me once. But then something changed. One of his grandsons, a nutrition student, gave him a small mason jar with broccoli seeds and said, "Grandpa, let's try something new." At first, Harold laughed. "What's this bird food?" But he agreed to try it. He rinsed the seeds, let them sprout, watched them grow. And within 4 days, he had fresh, peppery living broccoli sprouts. He began adding just 1 handful a day into his sandwich or smoothie. Nothing else changed. Not his medications, not his walk, not his habits. But within 3 weeks, Harold noticed something. He was sleeping better. He was not as bloated after dinner, and his home blood pressure readings, which had been hovering around 145/90, dropped to the 120s/75. He thought the machine was broken. At his next doctor's visit, his primary care physician raised an eyebrow and said, "What have you been doing differently?" Harold grinned. Sprouts. Just sprouts. Now, of course, the doctor reminded him that one food is not magic. And he is right. This was not a miracle. It was a shift. You see, what Harold did was not just eat a new vegetable. He fed his gut a powerful anti-inflammatory compound. He helped rebalance his microbiome. And most importantly, he believed that at 73, his body could still change. Let me tell you, it can. I have worked with hundreds of seniors across the country. The stories change, the zip codes change, but one truth remains: your body still responds. Whether you are 60, 75, or 82, your gut cells regenerate, your arteries adapt, your immune system takes notes and responds to what you feed it. And if Harold could start with a few humble sprouts and lower his medication, what might be your first step? I would love to hear your story too. Comment below if you have ever tried broccoli sprouts or have a senior health win you want to share. In the next part, I will walk you through the exact lifestyle and food routine that can turn these insights into action, including how to sprout safely, how to meal prep, and what to pair together for maximum anti-inflammatory power. So stay with me. This next section is practical and packed with gold. Practical solutions. How to eat and live anti-inflammatory every day. Now that we have heard Harold's story, it is time to roll up our sleeves and get practical. I am going to show you exactly how to build a simple, affordable, senior-friendly daily routine that reduces inflammation, supports your gut, and boosts longevity. Step 1. Make broccoli sprouts at home. You do not need a fancy garden. All you need is 1 mason jar, 1 tablespoon of broccoli seeds, a mesh lid, or even clean cheesecloth, clean filtered or pre-boiled water. Here is how: add 1 tablespoon of seeds into your jar, cover with water, and let them soak overnight. Drain the water and rinse the seeds in the morning. Leave the jar upside down at a slant to drain. Rinse and drain twice a day. In 3 to 4 days, your jar will be filled with crisp, peppery sprouts. Start with just half a cup per day in your salad, sandwich, or smoothie. These sprouts are not only rich in sulforaphane, but also gentle on the gut. And here is a bonus. Sprouting breaks down anti-nutrients, making the nutrients easier to absorb, especially for seniors who may struggle with digestion. Step 2. Build a gut-loving anti-inflammatory plate. Here is a simple anti-inflammatory meal template you can use every day. 1 cup of cooked cruciferous vegetables, like cauliflower, kale, or Brussels sprouts. A handful of leafy greens, such as arugula or spinach. A 1/4 cup of healthy carbs. like quinoa, brown rice, or oats, 3 to 4 ounces of protein, chicken, tofu, or salmon, 1 tablespoon of healthy fats, like extra virgin olive oil or avocado, 1 tablespoon of fermented fiber, sauerkraut, kimchi, or kefir if tolerated. Pro tip: cook cruciferous veggies to soften fiber for easier digestion, especially if you are new to these foods. Add spices like turmeric, cumin, and black pepper for an added anti-inflammatory boost. Step 3. Drink water like it is medicine. Most seniors are underhydrated. Dehydration makes constipation, fatigue, and inflammation worse. Make it a daily goal to drink 6 to 8 cups of water a day, 48 to 64 ounces. Sip slowly, especially with meals. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber for taste and digestive support. Set a reminder on your phone or write it on a sticky note. Drink water before coffee. Step 4. Move gently but consistently. Inflammation does not just live in the gut. It builds up in joints, muscles, and your mood. That is why gentle movement is medicine. Try this weekly schedule. Walk 20 minutes daily, even around your living room. Tai Chi or chair yoga twice a week. Stretch before bed, especially your neck, shoulders, and hips. Movement improves circulation, gut motility, and reduces blood sugar, all essential for lowering inflammation. And if you are just starting, begin with 5 minutes. Progress comes from consistency, not intensity. Step 5. Sleep like it is sacred. You heal while you sleep. Inflammation repairs while you sleep. But only deep sleep can help your immune system reset. Simple sleep upgrades. Turn off screens 1 hour before bed. Use blackout curtains. Sip chamomile tea or warm water. Go to bed at the same time every night. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. It is worth it. Step 6. Feed your mind and your mood. Chronic inflammation is tied to anxiety, depression, and memory decline. Your brain needs the same love your gut does. Eat more omega-3 rich foods like walnuts, flax seeds, and sardines. Practice gratitude journaling each morning. Stay socially connected, even just 5 minutes on the phone with a friend. The brain-gut immune connection is real. Take care of all 3. In the final section, I will wrap this all up and give you one small action you can take today to live a longer, stronger life. Final thoughts. 1 step today, a stronger you tomorrow. So here we are. You made it through the science, the stories, and the strategies. Let me ask you one simple question. What if one small daily habit could keep you walking strong at 90, just like Carmen de la Refis? The truth is, you do not need to do everything all at once. What you need is to begin. Maybe that means growing your first jar of broccoli sprouts. Maybe it means choosing water over soda. Or maybe it means believing that it is never too late to turn things around. Your body is listening. Your cells are listening. And with the right support, your body can still heal, restore, and grow stronger. If there is one takeaway I want you to remember, it is this: inflammation is not your enemy unless it stays too long. Nutrition is not a trend. It is your foundation for vitality. So take the first step today. Pick one anti-inflammatory food and add it to your plate. Then come back here, share your win, and let us walk this path together. One better habit, one healthier choice, one longer life at a time. If you found value in this episode, hit that subscribe button here at Longevity Life. We break down senior health like nobody else. Up next, do not miss our next episode, How to Strengthen Bones. Naturally after 60, foods, movement, and hidden dangers. You will learn the real difference between calcium and absorption and what no one told you about bone health after menopause or retirement. Until next time, friends, stay curious, stay kind, and stay moving. This is Dr. John Smith signing off from Longevity Life. Take care.